Hi everyone, it's Henna here and thanks for coming to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to do a tutorial and review of some products from One Size Beauty by Patrick Starrr, including the Visionary palette, as well as the Ultimate Setting Powder in the shade Translucent, and One Size's Point Made Liquid Eyeliner. To find out what I think about these items from One Size Beauty and a quick tutorial of this look right here and how I achieved it, make sure to keep watching. But before we get into this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I do post new videos like this every week. Also follow me on Instagram at Thehennaali, because I'm always on Instagram if not here on YouTube, and I do a lot of reviews and products and just a lot of things on Instagram that I don't do here on YouTube. But without further ado, you guys, let's just get straight into this video. Alright guys, so before we go ahead and use the palette, I want to use the One Size Beauty Ultimate Setting Powder on camera. Now I have used this powder before, but I use the travel size. So this is a brand new full size Ultimate Setting Powder that I have that I ordered. But to show you guys how the powder looks, I'm going to go ahead and apply my concealer. But the concealer I'm going to go ahead and take is actually a favorite of mine right now. I've been using it for the last month. It's the Rare Beauty concealer, and this is in the shade 280N. I've been really enjoying this concealer. I'm using it all the time. And just to let you guys know, I used the Huda Beauty Full Filter Stick Foundation. I wanted to just kind of not show you guys. I thought I'd go straight to concealer, just, you know, so this video doesn't end up being too long. But I really love the applicator on this concealer. It's so nice. And you don't need a lot of product. You just need a little bit. Don't want to go overboard with concealer. So I'm going to take the Rare Beauty, I know I need to clean it, but the Rare Beauty concealer brush, and I'm just going to blend that out ever so lightly. You don't want to put too much pressure around the eye. And just kind of blend it out to where it's just seamless. Like, look at that. That coverage is so pretty, but it looks very natural, which is why I really like Rare Beauty. I know this is not a Rare Beauty video, but I really appreciate Rare Beauty's products, especially if you like very natural looking foundation and concealer. But I will say it does pack a punch. It is pretty full coverage in my opinion. I would say more medium to full coverage. So if you really want a very light coverage of their concealer, I would go in with a very small amount, even smaller than what I put, because look at that, that definitely covered a lot. So I honestly only put concealer under my eyes, or if there's any target areas, but I'm pretty good on that end, so I think I'm only going to apply concealer there. So now I'm going to go in with the One Size Ultimate Setting Powder in the shade Translucent, and this is what it looks like right here. And this is a brand new one, so you do have the lid right there. Oh, okay, so you're just going to open the lid like so, and then inside you have their logo, and the middle part is where the powder comes out from. So let me just, and I just painted my nails too. I'm like, please don't mess up. Okay, so you take the little sticky off. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my Tati Beauty Blendiful. I love applying setting powder with this. This is just, you know, the best. I love applying setting powder with this. I'm trying to take product out and it's definitely not coming out easily, which I did notice this problem even with the mini size. It's so difficult to come out. So I'm going to make sure before I apply it that I just blend it out there. Grab some right here on the Blendiful and just go ahead and apply it under the eyes like so. I don't generally like to bake, honestly. I just set my makeup with the setting powder. I'm not really into baking. I tried it out for a little bit there and I kind of just, I just like to set my makeup like so. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but look at that. Already it's such a difference under the eye. Do you see that? Wow, so pretty. So I'm just gonna do that on the other side as well. Take some powder and just, it's so pretty, you guys. This powder is insanely good. I didn't know what to expect with the setting powder. but I will tell you now, I really, really like it. It's pretty. And I kind of just apply it right here in this area just because I do have quite large pores right here in the center. And this powder just does an amazing job at blurring that out. Like, I don't know if you can see it now compared to when I was applying my foundation and stuff, but it just does a really, really good job at just blurring the skin, which is exactly what I'm looking for. I truly want something to help soften, just smoothen my skin and blur it and just give it a more flawless appearance, and I really, really see that with this powder. That is what the skin is looking like. It's looking super flawless, honestly. I'm gonna go ahead and go into my eye makeup. I like to do my eyes first and then kind of finish the face, so I have an idea of where my look is going. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take the One Size Visionary palette by Patrick Starrr, and that is what it looks like right here. And then when you open it up, it's definitely really, really pretty. I could definitely see this palette being able to use on an everyday basis. You have your very neutral shades, but you have very shades that you can definitely intensify this look. I can't wait to try the formulas. I haven't really gotten a chance to watch other reviews on this eyeshadow palette, so I wouldn't really know how the formula works or not, but I'm excited to try it out. And I will say there is one feature on here that my long nail guys and gals will really like, and that is he basically made it to where it's easy for you to just open it, especially if you have a long nail. So I generally don't wear fake nails, but when I do have longer nails, I do have a hard time opening it. I cut mine really short right now, so that doesn't count. But yeah, I actually really like that concept. So I just realized I want to go in with my brows really quickly, so I'm going to take the Gimme Brow in shade 6. I'm going to go in shade 6, and I always tend to forget because generally my eyebrows are pretty decent, so I sometimes forget to just, you know, lightly spruce them. I always kind of use Gimme Brow just to spruce them up a little bit. I don't really fill them in or do anything crazy just because I feel like my shape is pretty good and I have pretty thick hair, so it kind of has its own little thing going on there. But okay, now we're good. Whenever I'm using any kind of eyeshadow palette, no matter what brand it is or whatever eyeshadow I'm doing, I always prime my eyes. So I'm going to use my favorite primer that I've been using all the time, and that is this one right here. It's by Makeup by Mario. It is his Master Eye Prep and Set in the medium shade. As you can tell, I definitely use this a lot actually. So I take this Fenty Beauty concealer and I kind of just mix the two shades. So I just kind of go like that. I mix the two shades. I just feel like the two shades, it's like a perfect just combo for my eyes. And honestly, some days when I'm just doing very quick makeup, like an everyday makeup or anything like that, I'll just do this, set it with the powder, and call it a day because it looks that good. But obviously that's not the case today. Look at that difference. That's real nice. But yeah, just do that to the other eye. And there you have that. And now I'm going to set the primer with the powder that comes in the Master Eye Prep set right there. And I'm taking this just chunky brush right here. Doesn't really matter, you can use any brush to set it, whatever works. And just quickly set that. And bye-bye. Now my eyes are ready for eyeshadow. I'm gonna try and use as many shadows as I can without making it look like looking. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Soft Serve, which is this one right here. I'm gonna take Soft Serve and we're just gonna apply that as just like, you know, the crease transition shade. I always forget what I'm saying, honestly, but I dipped in right there. There's a tiny bit of kickback, but look how much product came on the brush, which is really nice. So I'm gonna lightly just tap the product and let's see what it looks like, you guys. And I took the shade Soft Serve. Okay, there, and blend it out really easily. Let's do it to the other side. That looks really good so far. I'm gonna take the shade right underneath Soft Serve, and that's this one right here. I'm gonna take the shade Booked. This is one dip in Booked. And I just wanna go a little lower. Oh, that's a lot. And that's only one dip. I'm gonna go a little lower than where I applied Soft Serve. Just like that. That's really a pretty color, guys. I'm looking at it on the monitor, but that's really pretty. Well, let me go in close with my mirror here. You always kind of want to look forward to make sure you know where your shadow will end up when you open your eyes. That's pretty important, because a lot of times we're always looking down, and then when we open our eyes, we're like, oh, that's not where I want to place my shadow. So kind of look forward with your mirror sometimes, just back and forth. Okay, guys, so now I'm going to take in this really pretty chocolate shade right here. That's in the shade Brownie. That looks really pretty. And I'm going to take a smaller brush, more tapered end, and dip into that, and kind of just to deepen up the crease. I want to take that. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that's a pretty shade. Okay, that's pretty. I'm gonna just deepen it a little bit more. So I will say one thing about this shade Brownie compared to Booked and Soft Serve, the other ones that I use. Brownie is definitely a lot drier, I will say, in comparison to Soft Serve and Booked. Soft Serve and Booked were definitely a lot more softer shadows, which is why they had so much kickback. But it is blending out pretty decent, pretty nicely on the eyes. But I just thought I'd point that out, that in the pan when I kind of just go in there, it doesn't have the same amount of pickup or kickback, but it looks pretty. So okay, so I like where I'm at. I'm just gonna go back into Booked and kind of just soften the edges there a little bit to make sure I didn't really lose that really pretty terracotta color, because I liked that tone. Yeah, I kind of want to go in with an olive shade there. I could just cut my crease and do it that way, but I'm kind of like on that verge of like, I like to just go in and see if I can get it done without applying concealer. So I'm gonna do it that way because that's just how I am. So I'm gonna take the shade Matcha. It's a really pretty shade right there, and I'm just gonna see if I can pack on this color on the lid without concealer. Probably not. Let's see. Oh girl, we could actually pack it without concealer. Listen, I'm the kind of person where if I can cut my steps in makeup, I will. So for me, if I can get rid of that step of applying concealer to cut and all this stuff, I will do it. And I think we just did that. So you're welcome. And I'm just packing it on. You don't really want to blend because that's not the point. So I like how that looks. That's a really pretty shade, you guys. There is a little bit of fallout with this shadow, so you want to be a little careful with it. I probably would have went with the shadow first and then my concealer, but there is a little kickback, a little bit of fallout. But I don't care about fallout, honestly. Fallout does not bother me whatsoever. I'm gonna just take some of Brownie and just kind of blend out the outer corner right there, just because it looked a little bit off for some reason. Okay, so the reason why I didn't really care to go put concealer is because I really wanted to put these shimmer metallic shadows. What are they? Yeah, they're shimmers. I wanted to put these shimmers to the test and see how opaque we can get them. So I'm gonna go in with the shade over where I put that shade Matcha. So over it is right here. I really want to see how these perform, so I'm just gonna take it again on the brush. Here we go. And see how it applies. If not, we'll take the finger. Yeah. So I kind of expected that. A lot of times these kind of shadows look better with the finger anyways, but it was a try. Oh yeah, the finger is definitely the way to go with these shadows. Oh, it's really pretty actually. I'm really it looked a lot brighter in the pan. So it looked a lot brighter in the pan. But because of that, all that matcha shade underneath, that very olive color underneath, it's definitely giving me a lot more dimension, the color, and I really like that, and I'm happy I did this. And I'm gonna kind of just go in there and fix some areas of my pinky. But I like it a lot. So since I already went ahead and did everything, concealer, powder, and all that, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the under eye on camera. So I'm gonna go back into the shade Brownie and just apply that very closely to my lower lash line, just to keep it a little deep down here. Nothing too crazy. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go into the shade Booked and mix soft. I'm gonna mix soft, served, and booked, and just blend that out at the bottom right underneath where I applied Brownie. So I for sure want to add one more shade from the palette, but before I do that, I'm going to do my liner and then lashes. So of course I had to take the One Size Point Made Bodacious Black 24-hour liquid eyeliner pen. I have used this product before, as well as how I did the setting powder, and I will say this is a very, very opaque black liquid liner. And it stays on all day. It's very easy to use, and I will say it's a little difficult to take off because it is so bulletproof, but just fair warning. Let me go ahead and apply this now. So now, before I get into that last shadow, I'm going to apply some falsies. One Size does have lashes, but the two styles he have, they're just way too big for me. They're not in my realm of lashes. I wear very plain lashes. These are by Morphe. They're the Hollywood Hills lashes. So if you know anything about these lashes, they're super natural while still being a little flirty. And seriously, guys, I don't have an affiliate. I'm not an affiliate with Morphe or anything. I don't have any, nothing with Morphe. But if you're looking for a really just pretty, but it does the job and you can make it glam lash, the Hollywood Hills lashes by Morphe are really nice. I always get away with wearing these lashes as looking as my real lashes, which is insane to me. I mean, I know I generally have decent lashes on its own, but whenever I wear the Hollywood Hills lashes, people seem to never notice I'm wearing falsies, which I mean is a good thing. So to bronze and to slash contour my face, I'm going to take a favorite, which is this one right here. It's by Fenty Beauty. It is their Sunstalker bronzer in Island Ting Blush, and it's in the shade She's Sincere. The Fenty Beauty Kilowatt in Mean Money, in the Mean Money Hustler Baby palette, on ever so lightly because I don't like to do crazy highlight anymore. I like just very subtle. Well, try to be subtle. That was a little too much. I wanted to do one more thing on my eyes. I wanted to take this really pretty shade right here. This is in the shade Rebel Gray. I want to add it to my inner corner, just see what that looks like. Just because it looks a little, I don't know, different. So let's see. Oh, that's a pretty color. I'm pretty sure with my finger this can be a lot more intense, but I don't really want it to be intense. I just want it to be like a hint, just a shadow, like a different color there. Oh, that's pretty. I don't know if you guys can see that. That looks nice. Ooh. So the last step to do is my lips. I know that we're kind of getting off track, but I wanted to kind of finish my look with you guys on camera. I know I haven't done that in a while, so I thought, why not? So I'm going to apply this one. It's by Dragon Beauty. It is her lip job liner in 2.0. Never tried her lip liner. I will make one note. It's very sharp, like a pencil. Like a color pencil. And I will say it's a very large pencil, so you're not going to run out. This is a lot lighter than I thought. It looks a lot darker. Oh, I like this shade then for me. I thought it would be darker. I was a little worried, but I think this shade suits me. Okay. That looks good. Go ahead and use another Dragon Beauty Dragon Glass liquid lipstick. Take it in the shade Horchata, just because I want it to be a little bit more like peachy nude shade. So yeah, this works. Yeah, this is the vibe I was going for. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 2.0 liner again, and I'm just going to kind of that's good. But alright guys, that is the complete look. I really like how the look turned out. It's very pretty. It's very, I love the complete look. It just works. So I know I went ahead and showed you guys a little bit of other products in this video, but I thought why not? I haven't done that in a while. So I wanted to just run through some other products with you guys. I hope you don't mind. But let's get straight into the products as a whole. So I'll talk about the two products that I already used before this video and kind of get over with that. The Point Made Bodacious Black Liquid Eyeliner. I didn't do that great of a job of liquid liner today, so of wing liner, so you can ignore that. However, the Point Made Liquid Liner by One Size Beauty is amazing. It is so opaque, super black. It lasts all day to the point of when it's time for me to remove my makeup, I have to use a cleansing balm or makeup removing balm to remove the liquid liner, because otherwise you're gonna end up tugging it and you don't want to do that. Stay put all day. So if you're looking for that kind of liquid liner, this is it right here. You're gonna hit it with you're gonna hit the mark with this one. The next thing that I've already used before this video, and I've actually used this so many times already, and I've already traveled with it as well, and that is the One Size Beauty Ultimate Setting Powder in the shade Translucent. I do have a little bit of a hard time getting the powder out of that backslash in there which is in their logo. It is a little difficult removing and getting the product out of there, but aside from that, this is a really great powder. It blurs the skin, it sets your makeup, no creasing. I don't really get oily at all with this powder as many times as I've used it, and this is all I've been using. And I've even replaced my holy grail with it, which was the Too Faced Peach Perfect Setting Powder. I haven't touched that powder ever since I got my hands on this one. So One Size really hit the nail with this one. I am obsessed with this one. Now the last product that I wanted to talk about, this was my first time actually using it, is the One Size Visionary palette. Now before this video, I never got a chance to really see how the performance or swatches of this palette. I just knew that One Size, I really wanted to try their products out, and Sephora was having a deal on this palette. I went ahead and picked it up for half the price, which ended up being perfect because I wanted to pick it up anyways, so I got a deal. But definitely when you open it up, it's a very, I wouldn't say it is a brand new or creative color story, but it's a well thought out color story, especially when it comes to a working artist or just anyone in general. I feel like a normal person, a normal consumer could definitely make do with this palette. You kind of have everything in this palette. You have your neutrals, you have your everyday shades, and then you also have some shades in there to add some pizzazz to your look, to go from a day to a night. Now I will say the only shade that I may not use is that blue one right there, just because I generally don't wear those on every day unless it's for Instagram. So aside from that, I think this is a very wearable palette on an everyday basis, and for events or like normal parties. Obviously with COVID that's not happening, but on a normal basis I think this is a great palette for everyday use. They're really soft and easy to blend. They look really pretty on the eyes. The shimmers, you definitely want to go in with a finger if you really want it to stand out like so, or wet your brush and apply it, but I always say finger is just so much better. And then the gray shade right here is really pretty with the brush, just like a pop. But it's an overall pretty good palette. Obviously I haven't been able to try the other shadows, which I will do so because I did enjoy the ones I used today. The only thing is I don't really care for the actual look of the packaging. I know this helps with nails, but I'm not gonna lie, it does like confuse. It's a little weird, and I guess because we're not used to that look. If we're talking about packaging, the packaging's okay. There's nothing too crazy about it. I think because of the age of being in social media, we're so used to wanting like these amazing, aesthetically pleasing packaging. So if you're like a packaging person, I don't think you really care for this one. But if you are looking for a really easy to use color story and you really care more for the shadows and the outer packaging, you'll probably like this. This is definitely a wearable palette. Overall, from the products I've tried from One Size, I'm pretty happy with what they've come out so far. To me, I feel like maybe Patrick should have came out with the powder first for the launch. I think that would have worked regardless. I love the powder. The liner's great. Patrick also always has amazing liquid liner, wing liner, so that made really a lot of sense too. The palette, it's definitely not a necessity. I think you can definitely skip the palette. You don't need it. But my all-time favorite thing out of the 3 products I've tried from One Size, it's got to be the setting powder. If you're gonna try anything, I would say check out the setting powder. So if there's anything I could recommend out of 3 things I've tried, it would be the setting powder. But alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I do post new videos here every week. Also follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, because I'm always on Instagram if not here on YouTube, and I would love for you guys to join me on my Instagram page at Thehennaali. And aside from that, you guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. But aside from that, I will see you guys in the next video. Alright guys, bye.